Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on folks. I'm always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, guys, I know you were excited about doing my interview with Gabby Vega, but things happen, circumstances happen. But here's the thing about me: I learned to swing with the punches and learn how to adapt. I think Gabby's busy with some stuff. I was trying to keep in contact with her. She hadn't responded to me too much lately, so I realized that what my bad, guys. I should have not. I should have been really, really, really on the ball with her, or she should have been really on the ball with me. But whatever happens, happens. But I don't want to not let you have an evening with myself. So this is Must Talk 284, and one thing I want to be is consistent. I could have said, you know what, I'm just gonna say, nah, I forget. Just go ahead and just spend the rest of the night chilling out, whatever else. But for you guys who are fans of my content, I want to shout out Johnny Bravo for dropping that nice little donation in my Venmo. It is appreciated, especially it's getting in the month for me. And dollars are tight. I can make a dollar bleed, baby. I make a dollar bleed. So I'm coming on here to, well, I was hoping, because I'm still waiting, is to see who is going to make the official list for the Triple O. It's supposed to be tonight, and it's already a little after 7, and I'm checking refreshing. It hasn't dropped yet. But we, as you know, yesterday with my dear friends Eunice and Josh, we had a little discussion of who we are seeing. We focus a lot on women's bodybuilding. And it's a division that, as you know, it's one of my favorite divisions. I'm a fan of the division. It's the division that started it all, especially for women in bodybuilding. It was for that division. I mean, you wouldn't have divisions like figure, fitness, physique, somewhat by adjacent. You could say bikini wellness, even fit model. But the wellness and bikini were kind of brought in. They didn't evolve along with the others. If you look at women's bodybuilding, it was the architect division, and then a few years later after that, fitness came about because some ladies who didn't want to get bigger and see how massive they are, so they invented that division. And then figure spawned from fitness because the ladies liked the posing, the high heels, but they hated the other part where they had to do all the jumping around and flipping and all the chicken sweat. So that's where figure came in. And then, as you know, what that long before that bikini was brought in, and it was like I said with bikini, it was from another thing because back in the day it was like these bikini competitions, and also a bit from the pageant side, and that's how bodybuilding sees a pageant, a lot of styles and looks, but and then it was not like a few years ago, wellness came in, and wellness is getting very popular. It's crazy if I think about it, how much that division has evolved in the past. It's been almost 8 years since it debuted in the bodybuilding world. But it's just like anything, it's the evolution of each and every athlete. Folks, I'm going to show you something if you are interested in seeing this. As you know, last, well, I would say this past weekend was the UK show, the Honor UK show. And only division that we pay attention to that's at the Honor is fitness. And I'm saying, like, because it's, like I said again, it's it's really, really, it's really one of the divisions that really spawned off from women's bodybuilding. It's the first division that spawned off from women's bodybuilding. And I want to show you this. As you know, the current Miss Olympia Fitness champion is Michelle Fastua Messiah. Sorry, Marcel Malaka. And Michelle, she did something extraordinary. Not only did she win the Honor Classic just earlier this month, but then turned around and win the UK show. I've talked about it on my channel. And Michelle's a impressive young lady. I mean, she won her own backyard, in Great Britain. That's great to win the show in your own backyard. And this is somebody, she posted this. As you know, with at the Auto Classic, the only three win divisions that there are bikini, wellness, and fitness. And she posted this little video. And you have here, that's Ashley, who is the current Arnold UK bikini champion. You have here, I think her name is Fajelli, Fajelli, whatever her name is. She's the wellness champion. And you have here Michelle. Now, with the first two, they that's why I don't really follow bikini and wellness as much, because they're just cookie-cutter images. It's just with wellness, it's just bikini girls with bigger legs and quads. And you look at fitness, it's like figure. The first part of it, they have the mandatory posing, and that's where I think that's 1/3 of the points for the show. But you can see these girls, even though they're different, there's, especially between wellness and bikini, there's so many similarities if you look at it. But Michelle, I was saying, she's a impressive lady. I mean, she's a mom, as you would say in Britain. She was a model for a long time. She was a gymnast. I'm a big fan of Michelle Messiah. Messiah. I'm from the South. And, this going into winning both the Arnold UK and Arnold main show, she's most definitely on the track of maybe holding the title. Here's Chris Cormier. Chris Cormier, that's a legend. He was there, because I think he helps and works with a lot of athletes. A man who came close to Olympia quite a few times. But Michelle, she was very impressive. I mean, she can do figure. I can see it, a good bit of it. But anyway, folks, I'm still looking. I'm gonna check here while you're looking at Michelle for a bit and see if the list has already been updated, because I want to see and be certain. Let's see. Wait a minute. No, not yet. Not yet. I thought it'd be another. I guess going to hit around 8. So we'll probably wait about maybe a few more minutes, and then they'll probably drop the list. But Michelle's an impressive lady. I mean, beautiful physique, great look to her. I love my chocolate sisters. Especially being she's a Nigerian and from the UK. But this is bodybuilding. As a fan, I support it, and I really, this for me is just being a content maker and having relationships and talking with these ladies and sharing their thoughts, their feelings on this sport. What keeps them fueling? Like I said, I'm a fan of Andrea Shaw. You know it. I can't help it. I can't help it. I think she's a beautiful lady. She's an amazing person, and she's done a lot for her sport. And as you know, she's one of the sponsors for the Triple O, her and Sid Gillett. And this is, Triple O is a great show. I mean, this is going to be his 3rd year, and I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I'm really, like I said, what I'm gonna do is this. On that Saturday, I'm gonna watch it, and I might do a little something. as long as you don't show at the same time, I can do this like I did one time when I did the Olympia. I can pre-record and watch the show, and I can post it later. I can probably post it maybe that Sunday. And that's one thing about doing. So so I'm gonna pre-record it, watch it, and then I'll share it with y'all guys. I know you guys are fans. You really dig these women. You dig the shows. You dig competitions. You really get excited when you see these competitors. So that's what I plan to do. But anyway, we're still. Like I said, I'm waiting. I'm hoping they post it. I also want to go back to give a shout out to my dear sister. We were talking. She's going to be leaving out in the body by the middle of the week, heading out to the Triple O. That's my dear friend and sister Eunice. Eunice is an amazing lady. I mean, it was a great opportunity for me when I went to Tampa last year to meet her, hang with her. She's going to be competing also later on this year. So, maybe I might go check it out, or I might do something else. Right now, I'm keeping my plans close to the vest right now. I don't want to jinx myself, So I just want to wait. But Bad Rap, her and what Jolene and her doing is great. I mean, I support all her works, all her commitment and passion for women's bodybuilding. Here she is. This is from a little video she did with my man Dave, which was at the Steve Carr show.
And I'm very pleased to welcome the amazing Eunice Martinez Kitchen to the podcast. It's really good to see you.
Thanks, David. Want to give a shout out to JoJo. Of course, she's my business partner. So I want to say hi, JoJo from Las Vegas.
Awesome. And so where are we now? We're at the Steve Carr Classic, right?
Steve Carr Classic, and this is the first time for women's bodybuilding. And so I just needed to support. I wanted to come out here. I told Austin I'm going to be out here just to come support his show. So I gave up going to the Olympia and saved my credits for this event. So it turns out that it's going to be the biggest lineup in women's bodybuilding for this year.
That's true.
The Olympia.
Yeah.
So man, what a show.
I know it is. It's a really good lineup. They have, I believe, 10 ladies that are competing.
11? Sure, yeah.
There's, I think, one dropped out that was on the list. Yeah, but 10 is really good for women's bodybuilding.
Huge.
And it's a really good quality lineup too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ladies here. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about Bad Rap.
Well, we're finishing out the year. We have a couple of amateurs that are going to be competing at the USA Nationals.
Okay.
And then we do have some that are competing early in the spring.
Okay.
So for this year, we're finishing up the year. We're taking ambassadorship, applications. So from there, we'll pick who we're going to help in 2026.
That's terrific. Yeah. I like how you've given out the Bad Rap jacket to the winners at a few shows, like in Tampa.
Yeah. We have, these are really cool jackets. Everything's leather. You get the Bad Rap on the sleeve, and of course the Bad Rap on here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, what it stands for. Big and fine ripped and.
Oh yeah, let me get in close on that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you've been such a great supporter of women's bodybuilding, and especially the muscle categories like the women's bodybuilding and women's physique. And figure
those
too.
Are the three that we focus on.
Yeah.
But we want to branch into wellness and bikini. So the more
cool.
people support us, the more the profits we have, and we can share them with everybody.
And we can
of course promoters too, because that's why I'm here as well. Trying to figure out how we can help promoters as well.
That's great. I think that's terrific. And so, and also you're trying to get you have sales on your website, the Shop Bad Rap.
We do online.
Yeah. So that's good Christmas gifts for the
Christmas coming up. We'll have some good sales coming up for Black Friday.
Oh, Black Friday? Yeah,
Friday.
Cool.
Yeah.
When did
around the corner?
Yeah, that's true. That's coming up really soon. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you again, Eunice.
Thanks
Thank you
for supporting women's bodybuilding.
Shout
out to George, because George is, also watching his live stream. So he's supporting the Female Bodybuilding channel.
Yeah.
And then the Arts of Muscle, Jeremy.
Oh, those guys are great.
Those guys are great.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
To all them, appreciate them, all they do for us.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I was thinking, I know you got the jacket on, but you want to do a flex anyway?
Oh man.
Here, flex for me.
How about flex my legs?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's do it. All right. Thank you, Eunice.
Shout out to Eunice. I appreciate the shout out she gave me, my man Art, Jeremy, the Art of Female Muscle, the Female Bodybuilding Channel. We and also my man David of the Female Bodybuilding Forum. We are true fans. We support these women. We are fans of Women with Muscle. Again, what Eunice and Bad Rap's been doing is just some good work. um, really branching out. Instead, again, you can go to the Bad Rap IG. You can go to the Bad Rap shop and check out Bible too. That's my kid Alex. That's my nephew Alex. Alex, he really did something great for me. We was at the Olympia last year. He got to meet Ashley Jones and Ashley dropped that thank you, and I appreciate that, Alex. I love you, brother. I love you, son. Thank you. We have here last year's champion. That was I think right here is the Bad Rap is a couple of jackets that went out. They went to San Antonio and they gave the winner there, and also the winner at the Triple O that was Erica Morgan. Um, Amazing lady, great look to her. Also you had Lavinia Barros. Shout out to Lavinia. There's also can't forget Salika Given. There's Chelsea Dion. She's wearing the jacket. Shout out to Chelsea. She has some major change in her lives. This is one of the ladies from the San Antonio show. There's Tim Gardner. We got to meet him when I was at Tampa, and they're on your journey, and I love that. I love that about Eunice and what she's doing and how she's giving the opportunities for women in the sport of bodybuilding. Um, Folks, Eunice is a dear lady. She also helped sponsored Tiana Flex. Tiana, I was talking with her this morning because she's in the South Africa, different time zones. So when we were talking, it was like I think maybe late evening for her, early morning for me because we're such a different time zone. And Tiana's an amazing lady. She's hoping maybe we might see her compete. She's just a great look to her. She's a mother, a wife. Became the first South African IFB pro to compete at the Olympia. Last year. Like I said, I think she's an amazing lady. I always want to give a shout out to Bad Rap. Every time I do my lives and my interviews, I want to appreciate them for their time and their, passion for the sport. Well, folks, let me check one more time and see if the list is up yet. So we see banners. Go to the banners here. Let's see. And no, not yet. Not yet. We did not have official. I thought it would be by now, but it's already about ooh, almost about 8. So you're hanging in with me for a little bit more, and we'll talk some more. So I do appreciate the commitment and the work that Eunice puts in. She comes on by every Sunday. We do our roundtable discussion. It was me, her, and Josh. We're hoping to have. We're hoping that it was doing a little interview with the ladies from Team 4 Pro, but some stuff happened with that, so I had to. So I also had to change. I had to sometimes. Things happen. I've reached out to ladies, do interviews, and then either they say, yeah, we're going to do it, but then next they change their mind or something happens. We arrange it, but sometimes you have some people can be just assholes. No offense to you. If I'm trying to talk to you, hey, I'm really serious about what I'm doing. I want you to be serious. I understand you're busy, you got life, you got things to do, but I also got a life. Maybe not much of a life. I'm not, traveling the world. I have to do some more traveling, and that's why I'm shooting to go to a show this year. I'm trying to save a few bucks. Again, I'll blink about it, but thanks to Johnny. Hey, you see my PayPal, my Venmo, and also my Cash App is in here. So if you're interested in donating to me, maybe help me out with, some of the costs of traveling. I'm saving a few bucks here and there, but it's still expensive, especially for somebody, who doesn't, have a real job anymore. I'm living on my Social Security, and yeah, and it's just, I just have enough to pay my bills, and then after that, I have to take care of the rent, the light bill, buy groceries, insurance, because I have life insurance. Because hey, you gotta be careful. That's something I really learned after my mom passed. Because she had insurance, but insurance was old and wasn't as updated. That thing is people we don't think about it. And we had to put together and try to make sure she was properly buried. Even do little stuff later afterwards. But back to what's definitely the triple O. And I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see how the lady's gonna look. Quite a few ladies have, said they're doing the show. Some ladies told me they're doing the show. And others have posted on social media. Um, this is again, I'm a fan of Andrea Shaw. I think she's a lovely lady. I can't help it. she really brings muscle and femininity to the sport. And here she is. As she was in the UK this weekend. And it's just a few days from the show. As show's gonna be this Saturday. As there are different time zones because it's gonna be in Arizona, which is they are our Pacific time. And I think the show starts, I think, 9 o'clock their time, which is going to be 11 o'clock here in the East, 10 o'clock in the Midwest, and it's going to be 8 o'clock in the West, and they go by Mountain Time. So, you have Mountain, you have the 4 time zones in the United States: East, Central, Mountain, and West. And Arizona's kind of funny state where the time zone is crazy. One season they get there on Pacific time, the next season now Mountain time. It's crazy. It's something bastard about the about Arizona, But here she is. As you know, she ran into again to AJ. I have AJ from Dream About It channel. Shout out to AJ. He was there and he talking to her.
Just the announcements are out tonight for the athlete for your show.
Yes.
Where can people watch the stream?
You can visit tripleo.com and there's a tab where you can purchase the live stream. Be sure to select which category you are supporting. If you're supporting both, that's okay. But we have Figure Pro and then we have Pro WB for women's bodybuilding. So, show some support.
And also $10,000 women's bodybuilding.
For both female
And
bodybuilding and figure first place, yes.
And the show is called
the ante, the Triple O Dynasty.
There you go.
The Triple O Dynasty,
one thing.
folks. And again, I said yesterday, the pay-per-view is like $45. But if you use the codes, there are 3 codes. And each codes are either for figure, women's bodybuilding, and for just both divisions. The first code is going to be women's bodybuilding, which is Pro WB. Second is going to be Pro Figure, and last is Pro Show, meaning it covers both divisions. If you're particularly a fan of one division, use it for that division. If you want to watch the whole thing and see how it looks, hey, check it out. Here she is. Wow, she's so beautiful. I can't help it. I can't help it. That smile. I love that dress on her. She's a beautiful woman. And what her and Sid did, and also as originally, you got Whitney Jones. Whitney's moved on. She's doing other stuff. Sid is a beautiful lady too. She's a married woman, so I can't say much about a married woman. And she's really, as she's supposed to be on the reality show. Her, Julia Wetzel, another Ivy Pro for Mr. Beast. And, you actually Sid claim to fame was she did a reality show many years ago, and that was Survivor. She was on that show years ago, and then that's really before she started competing as a bodybuilder. But they got quite a few sponsors. Liquid Sun Rays is one of the sponsors. This is the guy head judge. I think his name is Williams Sabella, whatever. He's the head judge for the show. Best of luck. I know confirmed during the show is Mela Ash, and it's been a while since I see Mela. She looked all right. I think she could have come in better. I think she's really has decided to really step it up a bit. Erica Morgan, she was the champion for women's figure. Great look to her, great muscle. I mean, some of these very girls in figure could be easily women's physique. And this is the lady, Marilyn from Olympia.
Hey y'all, it's here, 8-time figure Olympia champion with Mama Ray and
6-time Miss Olympia, Andrea Shaw.
and it's showtime coming up April 4th. Liquid Summer is our official tenor for the Triple O Dynasty in Mesa, Arizona.
Registration is open, so you guys get registered right away. We'll see you April 4th.
Can't wait to see everybody.
Well, can't wait to see you ladies and see what y'all do. I mean, they're putting in some good work. As I said again, Sid is part of the Mr. Beast show. She's number 129. And this is not her first reality show. Last time Sid competed was 2024, and she made her retirement. But as a fan of women's bodybuilding, I am excited. I'm genuinely excited. Last year we only had a handful of ladies. Notably, we had Mila Ash, Chelsea Dion, Tiana Flex, Salika Givens. We also had Teresa Vosik, and also we had here in the back, I think that's I forget her name, Davis, I believe. Let me see. It's Helen Davis. And Helen can't compete for quite some time. I was hoping she'd do some more shows. She's from the West Coast. I thought she might try to do a show like the Grand Prix. It was great. And Helen's a impressive lady. She's a mother. I think I heard she might have got divorced some time ago. But she has a great physique, beautiful Asian woman. I mean, it's a growing number of Asian women, and you have, like I said, you can think about it. You have women like herself. You have Marilyn Yee. You have who else? Jeannie Welker. You have Big Jane. There's also can't forget Abby Jimenez. I think we're getting a lot more women of Asian descent in the women's bodybuilding division. She's a great look to her. I think, love to interview with her. I think we reached out a couple of times, but responded. Maybe I'll try, if she's not busy, I know she has a life out of California, folks. Wait a minute. We have here, shout out here. We have a guest. We have here Ken. And Ken says this. He says, I usually like to see both pro and amateurs, but Triple O is a bit too expensive despite the promo code. Yeah, I understand. But the thing is, if you're a fan, think about it. Compare that to the price of the Olympia. That is expensive for a pay-per-view. And the thing is, you got to think about it. As a fan, it's worth it. You got to think about it. How much you spending in gas right now, Ken? And sometimes it's nice to splurge. If you like I say, if you're on a budget, I understand. But he says this. He says, we'll just watch the pro show as always, and that's what I do. The amateur is really deep. It takes a long time. I know I should be paying attention to amateurs. I do. I reach out. I got a interview coming up this Friday with a young lady who's amateur. Her name is Shanti. I think, she does both. She was bikini, but she does wellness now, and she competes in NPC and also the OCB. And I reached out to her because I saw a video she posted, and it was very, very enlightening. Because you know what, she talked about some things that I think will get a point. I'm going to show you the video, or I just save it for Friday. I don't want to put out too much in my hand. So, folks, I'm going to check one more time and see if no. It must be going out later. I mean, usually they put up the list, I think this, I don't know what's going on. Usually sometimes the list be already set. So I think they're dragging a little bit. They're fudging. But I can keep going as long as you got you guys here. As long as I got 2 or 3 people here listen to me, I appreciate you guys. I truly do. But I'm going to go back again to my dear friend Eunice and Bad Rap and what they have been doing, the contributions they have put into the sport, especially for women's bodybuilding. It is, talk to Eunice, and she's doing this also. She's putting up some prize money for the you get prize money, but also some a bonus, because one thing, like some shows will have certain bonus like best poser, that's one. I think for the men's bodybuilding division, they would do most muscular, and she's put up some prize money for that. And I would love to be there. Honestly, I would love to be there and support my friend and stand by her and But again, I'm broke as a joke, and dollars I got to stretch. I got but I'm putting some stuff to the side. I hope I have enough to cover the costs and everything else. I just gotta be patient. But Eunice and what her and Barrett be doing is some good stuff. I mean, I generally appreciate them, and here's they're I probably, if I could, I would like to do more, from standpoint as a fan and also supporter. This is from a video they had put from when they went to uh, San Antonio last weekend. It was last year. Can't play the music. That's the ladies, one of the ladies that won the jacket in figure. It was at San Antonio. They only did figure in the other divisions, no women's physique or women's bodybuilding. They had a repeat customer. This is a lady that, she's kind of cute. I think she's a competitor. If I knew her, I would tag her, see if she wanted to interview. And, here they are. I remember when I was there, all the interview together.
To help, women get to the stage, bodybuilders get to the stage, and to really, award them with things. But also, it's like I met Alex this weekend, which a couple weekends ago at the Tampa Pro, which was wonderful. You never know who you're going to meet, who needs to talk to you, or who you need to hear talk back to you. Missions in life happen every day. And the more you put yourself out there, the more you come across your experience in life. Like Tim Gardner said, magical to see this Bad Rap 2023 come alive. But like Eunice says, it was hers at first.
But it's like I said, it was just a name and it was a thought. But without JoJo coming in, we wouldn't be tag us. Even if you're not wearing our wear, just tag us, know that you support us, because that's the only way that we're going to get the brand name out there, is one, showing up at shows like this. That's one of the things that, it's just leaped us forward. It's put us out there, and it's just going to continue. We've got another show coming up on September 20th, another Tim Gardner show in San Antonio. And so we always seem to do good in Texas, don't we, JoJo?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Always.
So, we're looking forward to that. And we hope that, it's just going to be something that's going to balloon. And, I've gotten several messages, and we've gotten several, I was like, no, I didn't see that. And then Derek Lunsford, the Derek Lunsford, Mr. Olympia 2023, he stops by the booth to tell us how he just really appreciated our mission and what we were doing, and he was in support of what we were doing. He wanted to stop by and just say, thanks for the job that y'all are doing. And he said the same thing. He said, did you see the faces and the expressions that those competitors, they just were smiles. And I had to actually, David recorded it for me, and then that's when I was able to look at what they were explaining, and that was like really the word magical was what Tim had said, and it truly was a magical feeling for us. To be able to do that at first show, that caliber for us, is just really an honor and a privilege. Because we really want to get the mission work out there, and we really want to see this brand grow so that we can complete our mission and help as many people
also,
as we can.
If you also somebody who's interested in maybe getting together and maybe promoting with Band Rap, if you have the means and the ways where you can really back them up, because that really helps. It's hard to do a thing on your own, and it's great to have investors who really want to buy into it. Or I think you usually talk about. She can share her thoughts on that.
We've had Alex Andrews before, who's contributed, and with the Triple Dynasty. So yeah, we welcome anyone who wants to help to pay it forward. Anybody who wants to help us, and we're welcome them to to help either, buy merchandise for our athletes or contribute, whatever they want. Don't, JoJo and I were going to need. So just want to say thanks to David because, you and George, you and David have been our backers with launching this brand and getting it out there. So we thank you for y'all's support.
We are on a mission.
Well, I was like to say shout out to both Eunice and Jolene, JoJo. JoJo, great opportunity to meet her. We were talking a good bit. She's a nice lady. She's a mother, a wife. She's kind of like the silent partner. You see it. She's kind of like, if you think about the group, the Neptunes, everybody think about Pharrell, but everybody forgets about Chad. She's Chad's very smart and genius guy. He was in the video and stuff like that. And I gotta give it to Jolene. She's a nice lady, very faith-based, a family woman. Hope we were talking about her. We should compete. She told me what her plans are, but I'm not gonna tell you because that's something that's between me and her. But she's generally a great lady. This is from, as you remember, that was from the Tampa where they were at, and they were giving out a prize. I think they gave out some cash money to one of the ladies. I think that was Barbara Motion. Is it up here?
One of our amazing sponsors is going to come on stage. We have Eunice Martinez Kitchen from Bad Rap, which is built and defined, ripped and pumped. And she will be presenting a Bad Rap varsity jacket, along with contributing an extra $1,000 to our first place winner tonight. She also is giving the Wings of Strength Tampa Pro Women's Bodybuilding Best Poser Award for $500. So I would love to have Eunice come on over. Come on over. I'd love to hear a couple words from you. Thank you so much. This is so amazing. We had to bring you over and just hear a few words from you.
Good afternoon. I want to present my co-founder. This is Jolene Folks. I call her JoJo. We started Bad Rap Bodybuilding with a mission in mind to help improve and increase the participation in women's bodybuilding. So what we have done is we have launched out an apparel line called Bad Rap Bodybuilding, and it stands for Big and Defined, Ripped and Pumped. All of our profits that we sell go to fund athletes, women athletes, for their show day expenses, such as hair, makeup, tan, travel, hotel, anything associated with showing up on stage. I started competing in 1987, and I'm an original OG, and I competed last night. And and women's bodybuilding was the only category when I started. And so it's really special to our hearts. And so this is our way of giving back to make sure that participation increases. And our efforts are to not just help our athletes, but our promoters. And then so that's what we're here for today. Yes. And a special thank you to Tim, because this is an opportunity of our lifetime. This is a dream come true for us to be able to sponsor a show this caliber. So thank you, Tim.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. What a wonderful cause. We love having you with us. And before we announce the winners of our contest, we are first going to announce our winner of our Wings of Strength Tampa Pro-Am Women's Bodybuilding Best Poser, who receives that $500 from our lovely ladies. And that is competitor number 131, Barbara Mujin. Congratulations. You ladies get a picture together out there. She is receiving the $500 from Bad Rap.
Yeah, that's wonderful what they did. Extra $500. I think Barbara took second in the show that year. Wait a minute, folks. I got a guest here. This is my nephew, Alex. He says, "Hey, George, and whoever's here, I'm on my break from work, so I could use the chat. What's up? Oh, no, look, brother. I mean, you want to come in, son? If you got the time. I mean, it's been a while since we had you because Alex. I met Alex when I was in Tampa last year. He follows me on my social media. He likes my content. I owe him a lot. He was the man who got me to hook up with Ashley Jones. I owe this boy a lot. He got me to hook up with Ashley Jones. I'm gonna start calling you boy. I'm calling you a man. I owe that man a lot. As we got here my man Jeff. He says, hey Jeff, thank you for coming through too. I don't got no guests today here, just me. I mean, I was hoping to have an interview, but circumstances happen, and I don't like I said, I want to be. Excuse me. Ooh, oh, sorry. Oh, I want to be always consistent when I make my muscle talks. So if I had to find something to talk about, I'll pull up something. I'll pull something out of the hat. Right now, I'm still trying to see if there's a list. If the list is set, checking it out. Dang, they usually post it right after, like after 8. And it's already about 15 minutes after. Well, I'll stay as long as I can, but if maybe close to 9, then I'll probably shut down. But I want to get the list and share with y'all so y'all get to know what's going on. Um, Shout out to my man here. He says, or 7 p.m. next week. Wait, he says, maybe it was originally, I mean, I didn't get it all. Give me a second. It says, if you do this time for Muscle Monday, I would join this time. This was supposed to be, I would do it. He says, maybe next week. I wish I would do it at 7, but then, like I said again, that's to me. I want to. I usually when we do our muscle talks, we'll be done like a little bit before 7, and that's why I do it in around about 5. But the plan was going to do an interview because the lady I was interviewing, she lives in California, so I said let's do it 4 o'clock your time, it'll be 7 my time, and I figured we might have wires crossed. She'll get back with me or not. I'm not going to worry about it. Says I don't have a headphone. My coworkers are chatting in the background in the break room, so it won't hear me. Next time, kick the headphones with your son. I got a phone where I need to get those Bluetooth headphones. Cause I remember when David went on his trip to Ohio, he was on the plane, and he said I think he have headphones for his phone. And I have 2 phones. My old phone, which is just a regular jack and regular jack in headphone set, like what I use for my interviews. And I got another phone where it's like I got to get the Bluetooths. And I think I'll get another phone because my own phone I'm running out of room. The screen is cracked. I mean, I need to get an update. My plan was when I bought the other phone was that would be the new phone with my old number. But then I did something wrong when I ordered. I could have switched it over. I said, you know what? Because it really, when I got the other phone, I was able to put more stuff on my other IG, my first IG account. And that's good. Shout out to Jeff. And he says this, shout out Jeff. Sometimes it's this way. He says, but Sunday I will join you. Well, probably not this Sunday. As you know, I only do my roundtables the last Sunday of the month. And I think the last Sunday of the month is going to be, let me take a look. In April is going to be the 26th. So, and I got to find a subject to talk about. I got one in mind. So I might reach out to some ladies, see if they want to participate in it. And I think it's something that really especially affects them as women. This is really a discussion of women. Alex, shout out to Alex. He says, I'm planning to watch the live stream and would definitely join you on Sunday. Well, I'm not doing nothing on Sunday. It's the Sunday I'm planning on is the last Sunday of April. I am doing this. I am going to watch the show and I'm going to pre-record it. And because I know guys like, I know one person does it is Claudio. He just watching and has some little segments from the UK show. Female Bodybuilder Channel does it. Sometimes AJ will watch it live and show it on his stories and his IG. Um, Shout out to says actually a good idea. Says for pre-recorded. Yeah, because I can do that. I remember when I had I got that suspension because when I was showing, here's the funny thing was it when I was watching the Olympia, I was showing, I did and was watching the prejudging, and I saw some clips from the prejudging. But what it was, I think I showed too much of the finals. That was a problem. I think I got too comfortable. I showed too much of private. I had somebody tell me, you need to go to private. You put it in private. I said, oh, well, yeah, I know about that. But again, the Triple O just around the corner. Can't wait. I'm excited. As a fan, as a follower, as a supporter of these women, I'm really hopeful for it. This is a great show that Andrea Sid and also Whitney put together. A place for women to have a show, which they pushed out uh, physique and women's bodybuilding and figure from the Arnold show, the Arnold Classic. But remember a while back, Natalia Cuejo was one of the sponsors when it first started, but then she's now focusing on the show in Brazil. And they just did a while back, was it yesterday? Her and Andrea was on a live with the guy. His name is Luciano. And Luciano runs the show in Brazil. And they did a little interview. I watched it. It was pretty cool. It was nice. To see supporting women's bodybuilding. He is a dwarf and also a bodybuilder. He's doing pretty good things. I mean, this is going to be, I think, coming to be the third year for the show in Brazil. You can go to, if you want to see he's talking in English also, and he also is talking in Brazilian because he'll talk to Andrea in English and he'll talk to Natalia in Brazil in Brazilian. People say Portuguese. No, it's Brazilian. Portuguese is Europe. It's different. The language and the dialect is different. I remember a lady I know. She lived in Brazil for a bit. Actually, lived in Portugal, and she said that the dialect and the language between Brazil and Portugal is different, slightly different because Brazil is a mixed culture country because it was discovered by the Portuguese. There was the original natives that lived there, and the slaves that the Portuguese brought. And the history of Portugal, them, Spain, and the Dutch were the biggest slave traders during the time. There's a lot of black people spread out across the world because of those people. But Luciano, here he is. It was yesterday. Show started 6 p.m. our time. I think Brazil's the same time zone. If you want to check it out, go to his IG. And you can find the link, and you can go watch the show. It was nice. I listened to a good bit of it. It's only like half an hour. There's a lot of conversation between her, Natalia, and Andrea. Natalia, she liked that I posted. And you know what? I'm starting to become a fan of Natalia. I still have issue with a couple of things what she's doing, but she's stepping up. She's giving women's bodybuilding a fight. Dr. Natalia, Jeremy, I'm sorry, not Jeremy, Alex will correct me, Dr. Natalia. Here she is. I think she's,
Olympia, Natalia Coelho here. I'm an IFBB Pro Women's Physique, and I'm here at the Center Podium. We just had a mega seminar, which was an amazing turnout. And we did all the Q&A. We talk about the posing. We talk about the judges. We talk about the criteria of what we are, what the NPC and the IFBB Pro League stand for, the manions. So I think it's very important for us to get together and just give back. Chris went over everything before the show, during the show, backstage, finals, prejudging, everything that you can think of, we went over. You know what is the most interesting and fun thing about this is that we're always learning with each other, with the athletes, with the audience, with the judges, with the promoters. And just by talking a little bit about our own experience, we can listen to all the athletes, what they went through, and we can learn. We're always learning something new. And it was very good to be able to share my experience and somehow impact them in a positive way as well. My favorite part of the day, honestly, is to interact with people. So we can post together. I was teaching them some things, some tips that I do when I'm posing, what is my mindset. And I just love having this connection so they can see that it doesn't matter what level you are, if you're a beginner, if you're a pro, whatever, we are all the same. And I like giving back. I like to get this energy. I believe when we put good, the good comes back to us. And I could feel that a lot today. So everything that I was putting out came back to me and it was a very, very good turnout. I saw people making notes with, notebooks and stuff. So that's very good. I think we're going to have very big, successful athletes coming out of this.
Yeah, right there in the background.
Guys, first and foremost,
Right in the background, you saw Jessica Reyes Padilla. I'm not a big fan of hers. I think she has an amazing body. I ain't gonna lie. She has an amazing body, but I'm not a big fan of Jessica Reyes Padilla. We got a comment from my man Ken. Shout out to Ken. He says this. He says, I have a weird feeling that they'll post the list really late, like 9:30 Eastern. Don't know if you will stick around that long for the stream. It'll be cool if you do a 5-hour stream. Oh no, Ken. I'm not gonna do a 5-hour stream. That's well, like I said, it's only right now it's just about 8:30. Usually they post the list. My guess is still probably waiting on some people. Just dragging. I mean, they usually post a list about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm like I said again. I feel like you. I feel like you. I feel you, brother. I think they are kind of dragging. I've been looking and seeing if maybe, but we'll talk a little bit. If it hits 9 o'clock, and if it's not posted by then, I'm shutting down. So I really was hoping to talk about into depth with it, but thank you, Ken, for stepping up. Again, we did talk about who some of the ladies that might be doing the show. One lady I had an pleasure interview on my channel. That's Andrea's Wellington. And she is amazing lady. She's competed for quite some time. She turned pro about a couple years ago. She made a pro debut at the Tampa Bay show along with my friend Eunice, who made also made a pro debut at Tampa. And that was in 2023. She took some time to sit back, to chill, to grow. And she was the one who told me that she was doing this show. And I said, cool, great. And, she doesn't post too much on social media, but I have to show you this picture, guys. This lady, I think she could do both open and masters. I think she wants to do masters, but she could do open. And guys, what you think? You think that this is Andrea Wellington? She looks massive. This was from, I think, something she posted about a couple of weeks ago. And she's a big motorbike enthusiast. She likes to ride. She looks, wow. She really, really gained some size from the last time. She got a pro card back in, I think she did USA's. I think she did Masters USA's in 2023, and she made a pro debut that same year. She looks like, wow, look at the guns. Look at the guns, son. Look at the shoulders. Just imagine what she look like when she's cut, when she's dry, when she's just put together. She's gonna be astonishing. We have here a comment here. Shout out to our man, says, too many shows this week. Perhaps I'll keep you updated while you're at it. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, partner. Thank you, partner. Yeah, thank you. I mean, I think if I go back and look at the list, not as many shows, because I think more or less it's mostly the shows that, as I don't pay attention to, that doesn't have women's bodybuilding. All of UK is wrapped up. There's a show in Taiwan. It's on the 3rd to the 5th. There's a show in San Diego. That's also on the 4th. There's a show in Charlotte. Charlotte did have figure, but they dropped it. It's just now bikini and men's physique. And that's a lot closer. I could go there, but I'm like I said, I like to support shows that give women's bodybuilding men's physique. There's a show in the Netherlands, and for this weekend, that's the 5th. That's the 5th. That's the what I would say next Sunday. And then there's a show in Tri-City. That's the 11th, and that's the weekend after next. That's in, I think, Tri-Cities in Georgia. I know a lady who she has competed there. Lisa Sagan, she has competed there. So we got at least, counting the Triple O, 5 shows this weekend. At least 2 of them are out of the country. No, wait, yeah. 2 of them are out of the country. One here in my backyard in Charlotte, one in Arizona, and one in San Diego. San Diego does not have, it's just doing Masters Bikini. It's doing bikini and Masters Bikini. The one in Charlotte is just doing men's physique and bikini. Also doing both open masters that show, and the Triple O is doing both open masters and figure and physique. Like I said, I'm thinking about it. There's a show coming up, I think in October, and it's in Charlotte. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let me get it. Wait a minute. I got a message here, folks. I'm trying to. It's the phone. That's why I need to get a new phone. But give me a second, folks. Let me fix this message. Got a message from some people. I usually, like when I do my interviews, I shut off my phone. But doing my lives, I leave it on just in case it says there's an episode. So I was working with the cats today, so I had to take it sometime. Okay. Well, I'll get back with her, because Abby just sent me the list, and she told me she was wrapped up. Yeah, she just had a client that kind of caught up. Life happens. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, but still clocking away. We got another almost another half hour, and if I stay on this a little bit, maybe we do find out. But going back to IG and going back to the champ Natalia Coelho. Like I said again, not a big fan, but I'm really starting to get a little respect for her bit by bit. And she's been under attack by Sarah Vilgas, making claims about her physique. She has a aesthetically pleasing physique. I would give her that. Honestly, I would give her that. Great. Her waistline is crazy. Amazing abdominals. She deserved to win last year. But here's one thing I would give advice to you: take a break. Don't do Pittsburgh. Don't do New York. You're now the senior champion. Take a break. I know her and Jessica Reyes-Padilla, they're from that same school with they're both clients of Andrew Vu. But I would say take a break, chill out. You've been busy, you got your doctorate, You got your careers and jobs in here like that. I would say rest and chill out. Think about other things. Here she is. They were doing a seminar a while back. You see right there's Abby, Lopez. There's Andrea, some other ladies. I mean, it was pretty good. Ladies enjoyed themselves and got to hang out. Talking with legends like you have also Linda was there. You saw Linda was there, and getting some advice. Abby is a brand new pro. She's a nice personality. Also, I think Abby told me she's planning on competing this year. And I wish her best of luck. I mean, some competitors will rather take some more time and grow a little bit, especially just getting your pro card. Just last year, you want maybe a full year to grow and bring conditioning. But if you want to get on stage, you don't want to be quiet. I mean, I wonder who the other ladies are. But here's Andrea, and and people generally like her. She's like I said again. I'm gonna say again, she does have an amazing body. I can't, I'll give her that. It's the muscular small in me. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. Here she is. That's that's Luciano. That's one of the other. I think one of the guy who works the mic, the presentator, and there she is. Again, she's a lovely young lady. I don't think she's even 30 yet, and she's been a two-time Olympia champion. Multiple times. She also was before then. She also held, as you remember, she was not the last, but she held the Arnold Schwarzenegger title for women's physique. It seemed like it's a long time ago. I think she got the title back in 2020, and she was the last champion to hold the title because in 2021, that's when Arnold made the announcement that he was dropping women's physique. Here she is talking to Arnold. Either Arnold.
Alright, Natalia. Let's hear it.
He says, Natalia, let's hit it. Yeah, that's Arnold. Arnold, shout out to my man Alex. He's a fan of Natalia. Says, I still think Dr. Natalia is a genuine profession and athlete. Profession. Professional. You want to add that, and shout out. I know you're a fan. You met her a few times. You talked to her. You took pictures with her. Natalia has been in a couple of my live streams. I remember she did an interview with Tracy Gile, and that was a couple of years right after Tracy got a pro card in Australia, and she came in, and it was wow. I said wow, and wanted to come on, but then I don't know what's going on. Maybe it was something with her on her end. Maybe in the future I will get to on here. Talk about it. She asked me, "Why don't you like me?" I said, "You want to be honest with me? You want to be well." I'm particularly some ladies, they don't like the fact you coming in, especially you are a top contender. The last couple of years, you were top contender in the at the Olympia. You already qualified. I have some ladies who generally like you, respect you, but others kind of, and I'm the type of person when you give that sense to me and kind of, I have a little bit of underlying impact in me. I can feel other people's feelings. And when they're talking about something, and I say, what, and they kind of maybe corrupted me a little bit. But I understand that you want to be active, you want to be competitive. You're dedicated to the sport and to bodybuilding. Whatever you have for your future, that's just for you. So here, but Natalia's an amazing lady. Sarah, on the other hand, I don't know what's wrong with this girl. I mean, you're acting like a little sport kid. You got to be professional. You got to understand, you're not always going to be the winner. Somebody comes in, better shape, better condition, But again, I'm also impressed with what Sarah has done. She has come in and she has helped and even did some assistance, but she's been kind of social media quiet of late. The last time I saw she posted was when she was at the in New York. It's Steve Weinberger's Power Gym, and was doing a little seminar. And then she's, posting this thing, if you know, remember her and Chris Camille with some bottle, look like some kind of oil. It's kind of oil you put into, what's the face? Like into gears and stuff, like you drive a motorbike or something like that. That's, I don't get why they did that. You know, you know, uh, I had some good amount of respect for Sarah, but I don't know. She's just, that's her husband right there, and he coaches her. And I know somebody reached a lady who told me they reached out to her, maybe help her coaching, but no, he said no. The thing is, you're trying to like it's not like a guarded secret. One thing I would give to Sarah is her conditioning is crazy. Her back, her glutes. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But here's the thing: is she needs to work on her posing. And if she don't have a main posing coach where they can work on, because she does pretty much the same thing. She kind of spam her posing, but Sarah's shape is unbelievable. Its condition is crazy. Her, she mostly works out. Some people talk about how she works out with no headphones on. I mean, and I used to do that when I was going to Planet Fitness. I worked out with headphones on because sometimes you want to, it keeps your mind motivated. It try to blocks out a lot of the stuff that's going on. She has crazy quads, unbelievable conditioning. Maybe have a little more muscle. I can maybe see women's bodybuilding. I mean, she kind of changed the division when she came in, and she beat Sneak Grant for the title back in 2020. And Sarah is kind of, she's full of herself. She has 6 titles for the show. She's been to Olympia at least about almost 8 times. She's been, she has her four winning titles plus her 2 second up titles. So that's, she's been in the top 5 for almost 7 years. And, now she's back to being number 2 again. She holds the record. She ties with Julia McCartney for the most wins in her division, but also she helps promote the Texas Pro. That's Brittany Herrera who won the show last year. I mean, and she's doing good work. I mean, I remember Paula her, which was the last two between them two. Paula's a impressive young lady. We hope to see her maybe get a qualification. I think she might be doing. I reached out to her, but she's not going to do no more shows in Europe. I think she had a feel of Europe, and she's prepping to shoot for a show here in the States. Maybe I know she most definitely is going to do New York, and she's been very busy, young lady. She might do Pittsburgh too. But I remember a while back when Sarah called out Arnold about pushing women's physique from the Arnold Classic. She offered to put up some money, the prize money and stuff to cover it. So if it was a money thing, you have somebody who would like to put up the prize money and give their division a fighting chance. So it's not a money thing, is it? It's about something else. Shout out to my man here, Ken sticking here says, I still have faith in Sarah to winning the title back this year. She had done it before, just a little hiccup. Right now, that little hiccup might be more of a spasm. She, she does a lot of, reach out stuff. She helps promote the Texas Pro. She goes to shows like New York about every year. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see her there this year because, I'm looking on her IG. She hadn't posted anything recently. Meaning somebody must have told her to take a break from social media. I only really saw anything her stories. So other than that thing with the statement she made and a couple of stuff, she hasn't posted anything in about since February. It was whatever this thing about some information she got, and that's February, and it's almost been like at least over a month ago. So just a month and a couple of weeks. So whatever Sarah's doing, it's someone must have told her, hey, sit your behind down. Because you're causing a little. Hey, they don't want no trouble. They like you. They like the money that you and her husband brings in. And that's the thing is, it's a business. IB NPC is a business. They want to make money. You got to make money because it's not as lucrative as you look at other sports. Ken, we're gonna check and see one more time to see if they have put up the list yet. No. So what's going on? They really come on. Come on, man. I was really excited. It's almost about 9. So if it hits 9, guys, I might shut it down and then I might talk about it. But but if anybody want to come on here and talk to me a little bit, that's cool. I appreciate the opportunity to have you on as guests and talk about what's bodybuilding. As a fan. One lady, she's been kind of quiet for a while, and that is Teresa Vasic. We talked about her the other day, and we're wondering what she's doing. I mean, she has not been too much social media active. Question is she competing this year or not? She's right now, she's kind of like, what's going on with her? I know a while back she was kind of pissed about not winning the Triple O last year. I think she might have came a little not is in her best condition like she usually is. Maybe she needed more time. She's been competing for quite a long time as a bodybuilder. I remember where she talked about where one year when she competed, she wasn't going to do a show. It was which was it? She decided the last minute to do the I think it was the Indiana Pro. That was the year. I remember Jada. She competed that show. That was the last show as a women's bodybuilder that year, and she helped and promote the show, bring some attention to it. I mean, shout out to Jada. Jada's getting ready to compete back in WPD. And Teresa, like I said, she hadn't posted much on social media. Like I said, she's been kind of quiet of late. But some stuff here I've seen. Not certain if she's competing or not. She could do Triple O again, or she could, do another show. There's quite a few opportunities for her for a competition. I've always been kind of a fan of her physique. She's been a pro since I think 2018. Has been a 3-time Olympian, multiple-time Rise Phoenix invitee. What's she up to? I'm just curious. Here we'll pull up here, which we said we got on her IG here. She looks like this is some training she's doing. This is from 2023. This is old, so it's not too recent. But I do right here. Here she is. This is 2 days ago. She's wearing a jacket. She's playing with a dog. With a heavy jacket like that, she lives in Pennsylvania. That's a big dog. I think that looks like is that a pit? I think it is a pit. Like I said, this is a show. I think it's from 3 days ago. So I think from this picture, I don't think she's competing at the Triple O. Look at the, she's not in this condition because usually when you're about a few weeks out, you're really in shape. I believe this is her grandma. This is a while back. But that's with her family. Her grandma's 97. She need almost a decade, almost a century. And Teresa, like I said, she has a very attractive feminine look to her. This is from a shot she did my man Glenn from the Female Body. That's like the Amazon Fitness magazine. Shout out to Glenn. And also condolences on the passing of his wife. She came down here in North Carolina, and this nice photo shoot on the motorcycle. It's a Harley, I believe. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's her fiance, and I think a while back he got a little situation. I think he got sick. And I think that probably might have affected her coming condition here. She last competed at the Triple O. I like the fact that she went back to a natural dark hair color. I think she looks better with darker hair than she does with the blonde. Again, she has a great physique. Her condition was a little off, you know, but what's she can do? She might compete maybe a few more years. But one thing about Teresa has always been is her back. That's her saving grace. Her back. She has amazing back. Great detail, great development. I just did a comparison video with her versus Hella, and her back is just look at it. It's whoever's a massage therapist. I would pay her to be her massage therapist. Teresa has an amazing back. You know, wait a minute. We have here from my man Ken says, I think Patty might compete this show looking at her stories. Oh, Patty Hansen. Oh yeah, Patty. She did pretty good. I mean, I think she was top 3 at the Steve Carr show. She was close to getting a Olympic qualification at the Grand Prix. Also, she was top 3 at the Atlanta show. But then circumstances happened, I think she's really close at Grand Prix, and you say her stories. Let's see if we can show her stories. Just give me a second. I'll pull it up here. But she possibly could. Let me check. I think we're talking about would Patty be doing the show? Because she took some time off, some issues, some really dealing with her own mindset. But looks like it. Maybe we were saying the same thing about Angela Yo, but when you says Angela usually walks around in condition about year round. Patty's a lovely lady. She's appealing. She's a mother of 2 kids. She lives in Washington, so she's on the West Coast. So why not? Steve Carr was barely. See, Steve Carr was around about the end of November. It's already the end of the 1st of April. I would say, yeah, do the show. See how you do. It's a show that's close to you in the West. You don't have to go too far. Now that the Grand Prix is gone and Vancouver's gone, she has good, size. As you know, she was a Miss International champion. She won the title back in 2020, and she also competed at the Rising Phoenix. But this is from January here, and this is here. This one here is from March 15th. Ken, I think you might have something on that one. We've been talking and speculating, and I think she'd be keeping it close to the vest. She keep close to the vest that she might be competing. Here we get here from a man, shout out man DJ says, Dr. Natalia, I'm looking for some love. I think she's out of your league, son. Out of your league. Also, Rania told me she was competing at the Triple O. Aren't Barbara and Lena competing too? Ranya's competing? Yeah, I know about Barbara Mojin. I know about Lena Becca. But Ranya's competing? So if we have, we're guessing like about at least 10 or 9 women for the show. But if you throw in Rania and maybe, Patty, we can go to probably 11 to 12. That's a possibility. Maybe even because this is big prize money. Shout out to says, see you at the desert. I mean, come on. Yeah, well, she could say she might, yeah. Arizona is very. I remember my nephew, my youngest nephew, when he was stationed in Arizona. It even in the wintertime, it will still get to close to about 70, 80 degrees. It might get cold at night because when the sun goes down, if you know anything about the desert, when the sun goes down, it does get cold at night. But during the day is cooking. And think about it, summer's around the corner, spring is here. So I mean, here is my man Jeff. He says, Dr. Natalia gave me a heart on her channel. Oh, that's great, Jeff. Shout out to my man. KL says, what happened? Your talk with Gabby. Well, Gabby got busy with a client and she missed it, but we're gonna try to reschedule. She sent me a text a while ago that she forgot. She got busy with a client. That happens sometimes. She also is a trainer, so we're going to try to reschedule, and hope she get the message. If not, that's cool. But I do have an interview coming up Saturday. I mean, not Friday, with a lovely young lady. I saw her social media, and I say I'll reach out to, and Kayla, you might like that. She's also OCB competitor, so maybe somebody you might reach out in the future. He says, okay, yeah. So Ken, did you check the? I know we're clocking in about a few minutes to 9. I'm not going to check, Ken, so you let me know if the list is out, and we'll talk about the list real quick, and then we'll probably shut it down. I just wanted to, I just needed something to talk about, Me, I should went here and did muscle talk early today, so if I wasn't sure we were going to have, but I wanted to, wanted to talk about. Ken says, and he sadly, no, what y'all doing? Y'all usually have that list out by 8 o'clock, by 7 o'clock. People like myself will wait. I already know some of the names that are going to be in the show, but especially figure. We're curious about figure. Who's competing? From, like, we talked with Eunice and Jeff, who I mean with me yesterday for Sunday roundtable discussion. There was a possibility that, I know she's not my favorite person. And again, honestly, I can't. She's a good example. She has a beautiful physique. I ain't gonna lie about that. She has a beautiful physique. Jessica Respadilla. And it's quite possibly, I'm gonna post this picture. You guys, especially you guys who really pay attention to bodybuilding generally, especially certain divisions, especially, I believe Jessica might be that she might be competing at the Triple O. She's cool with Andrea and she's cool with Sid. She was second runner with Sid for the last 3 or 4 years. And from this picture, she looks like she's in shape. I don't know. She might do another show. There is another show, which is there's the show she might do, because this is what I thought about. Jessica's originally from Puerto Rico, and the Puerto Rico Pro is coming back to Puerto Rico. So why not, being that's your home country, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. Why not do Puerto Rico? And Puerto Rico is actually, if I look on Puerto Rico is the 18th. So that's pretty much about a couple of weeks away. If you look at the map, that's at least 2 weeks away. So why not do Puerto Rico Pro? Or she might do, do Triple O just to shake out the cobwebs. Here shot to a man says, worst case scenario, they reveal it tomorrow. Let's have a muscle talk Tuesday tomorrow. I'm not. Ken, you're gonna make me have to hurt you. Also, this is from Alex says, gotta get back to work. Keep me updated, George. I will, brother. I will. Have a good day at work. A good evening at work, son. I mean, enjoy yourself. A shout out to Ken. Sticking in here, Ken. I appreciate you, brother. He says this happens a few times a year as a professional list stalker. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thanks for the advice, Ken. honestly, I really, I'm holding on here just a little bit more longer, guys, because I'm getting to be an old man now. I get that bit of sleepy in my eye. My body calling me. I'm sitting in this chair. I mean, I might do something. I might go and take a little sabbatical for a minute. I have to go take and drop something. Uh, I have to milk the lizard. Or but I want to give a shout out to somebody. You know, and she's shout out to my man David and what he's been doing, especially when it comes to interviews and reach out to these ladies. David went to um, uh, to the Auto Classic a while back, and David's a great guy. He puts out some great content. He gets respects and admiration of the ladies. Here he is with he's interviewed some great. We interviewed some of the same women, and I will get a shout out to a young lady who just turned pro a little while ago, and that is Hayden Mola. Hayden, precious young lady. I think she's planning to make her pro debut. So, guys, I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna, play this video. I'm gonna go right back because my bladder's talking to me. I'm an old man now, so I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna show y'all Hayden. Chris.
FBB Forum, and I'm very pleased to get to meet in person the amazing Hayden Ray Mahler to the podcast. We interviewed back after Nationals just recently, and you just got your pro card at Nationals, right?
Yes.
Very cool. And is this your first Arnold?
It is my first Arnold.
How do you like it so far?
It's incredible. Wasn't expecting it at all.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's very overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. I feel that way too. It's a lot going on, and it's just like it's so crowded too.
It's a really good show.
No, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you got a chance to check it out. Have gotten to meet some of the pros and some of the famous people?
No, not really. We're still just been walking around, kind of feeling it out, trying to figure out where everything is. Like I said, it's very overwhelming.
Oh, I know it is. It's a lot of people here for sure. I know. Yeah. No, you look amazing though, and I'm excited for you. You're going to make your pro debut this year?
Yes, November, back at Atlantic Coast.
Oh, at Atlantic Coast. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, you look great there. That's where you got. You did.
That's where my national qualifier was.
National qualifier. That's right. Yeah, you looked amazing there.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. It's great seeing you in person.
It's good to see you too.
Would you mind doing
It
a
was
couple?
great to meet you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you. In person.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, you look amazing. Would you mind doing a few flexes for me? I'll back up a little bit. Your tats are amazing too. Very cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Hayden's a precious young lady. She also served our country in the United States Air Force. David's favorite person in the world is this lady right here, Susan Graham. He has done a couple of interviews with her. He has met her. I remember, he talked about how he drove around a little bit. I mean, shout out to David. Lady who's competed at the show is Kelly Forstner. Now, Kayla is competing at the Triple O. She's a coach, IFP pro. She's been a pro for a good bit. This is going to be her pro debut, and looks like she's a very impressive young lady. She's kind of a bit on the small, shorter side. I mean, she do pretty good. I watched the interview. I might reach out and maybe send an interview with me. This is her. I think this is her and her fiance. I think her husband. I believe fiance husband. Pretty big dude, and she's really a small girl. Wow. I think David said I think she's released. That's one of her clients. David also recently interviewed her. Her name is Morgan Bardot, and and they're doing good work. I mean, she's kind of petite size. She's a little small bite. It's like these little girls kind of cute. But I think one lady, I think she might be doing her review also here. I'm not sure. I interviewed her a while back, and her name is Quincy Davis, and I interviewed a while back. She turned pro back in 2025. Impressive physique. Maybe this might be her pro debut because I know I saw something on her IG. It's just like this is like 3 days ago. So I don't know if it's from it's done for the last 2 shows. I can't wait to see what the next one will look like. So this is probably an old video when she did nationals, but you never know. Let me check in her stories. So you'll see here. This is her dog's breakfast stuff. It's getting fuel. She's working out training. Yeah, maybe she's not. It looks like she's a bit. You see from the back and the glutes, she looks like she might be a little bit soft. So it was 5 hours ago. So maybe she's not competing. So she should catch up. Yeah, ketchup and look at cheese, a little piece of meat, something like that. So we'll see what she's gonna do. Alrighty, here we got my man here, Ken. He says, we women's bodybuilding fanatics have to stay together, strong together. Okay, thank you, brother. Yeah, a bit fanatical. And also, this is my man says, when you and David should do an interview collaboration with someone. Well, I think we done something. We doesn't. I don't know. I might ask him. He has to find. We have to find somebody who wants to do. I mean, we want to do it on my channel, do it on his. That's the thing is, logistics. We do on his channel. We have to do it pre-recorded. I think he uses what is that? I think he uses Zoom. I don't like Zoom. Zoom it limits you, and you have to download stuff. We can do a collab on here because I can pull pics and videos and stuff without no problems. I think sometimes you have issues trying to put pics and stuff when he's on Zoom. We do it. We have to. I'll ask him see if we want to do like a tag team. Two smos on one buff chick. We got to find the right person who'll be willing to do it. I might reach out to a couple of people, see if we want to, like David. David's busy. He had to go. Like he was supposed to come on yesterday, but he had a family event to happen. Also, we're talking that he has some other family stuff that's going on right now. He travels. He has a job. So maybe if we figure out something to settle down, that's good. So it's already after 9. So we probably squeeze a few more minutes. Ken, have you been, watching the list yet? I'm going to check personally one more time, but Ken, I'm asking you before I go into it because I don't want to be pissed off over Raw. But but we're already an hour and a half into this now, so you might as well just go all the way, go for the gusto. Ken told me nope. So more likely you might not find nothing up to the morning. So guys, what do you want me to talk about on my next live? Because he's still looking. Ken says nope, still looking. Yeah. What's going on, folks? I think it might be I think it's NPC. They're the ones. They're dragging. It's like on election day, you're counting the votes. And then you see, oh my God, no, it can't happen again. No, it can't happen. No. Oh no. But guys, I want to ask you, who you want me to talk about more? What do you want me to, you want me to focus more on women's bodybuilding, physique, figure? You want me to crash fit model? I mean, because sometimes what I'm doing sometimes because sometimes I might not have an idea for something for Muscle Talk. Here's my day says the NPC mafia tortures us. Yes, that truthfully, me and shout out to my man Big Keith. hadn't had him wrong. You know, he has surgery. I mean, maybe someday I get him back on here. I know he's busy. He got things. He's also my man Big Keith is starting his own thing on YouTube too. He is doing something. Shout out to Keith. You know, he's my brother. You know, and he even had his hands on my girl. I told Keith, I love you, brother. You're my brother. I love you, but keep your hands off my girl. You got a woman. You got a pretty woman. You know, Tina's a pretty woman. Why you gotta push up on my girl? He says, Judge, I like black girls like that. Tell me another one. But you know, it's you. But Keith, he has something going on right now. And he's starting his own thing on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. If I can pull it up, you know, there's so many different Keith Williams. Maybe I put the big in it and see what happens. You know, B-I-G. No wait. Yeah. Let me see. P-I-G. I think I don't follow his. Did I follow his? You know. Yeah, here it is. I think he's supposed to start something on his IG. He got some more videos and stuff from back in the day. But he sent me a link a while back. Where is that? I think it's somewhere here in my Google. There's a link he sent me a while back. I'm trying to remember it. Saw it. If I can find it. I wonder, can I play it? How can I? It's a video he sent me. I'm trying to see if I could play it or something. Oh, wait a minute. I think is that a way I can play it? Let me check. Let me see. StreamYard. Let's see. Let me see. Video file. Let's see. I think here it is. I think I can share it. I don't know what's going on. It's not. I thought I could pull it up, but your device is having trouble trying to share your video. You know, try sharing again. Well, that's all right. It might be too large to share, so but you know, maybe another time. Can you talk about bodybuilding trading cards? They are used to be Mr. Olympia trading cards, where they release Olympian cards every year to 2024. You know, he says, food for thought. Yeah, I remember a while back, a lady reached out to me about buying some trade cards off for her. At the time, I was getting ready for my trip. I said I couldn't spend too much money. Yeah, I think they're very popular. I think you can, some of these. I'm trying to find if let's see, APC trading. See. Wait, I think I fix it. Let's see. Trade cards. Here we go. Yeah, I got IG. No, it's a different NPC trade cards. That's different. That's the other word for NPC. I think it's supposed to be, there's who has the trading cards? Let's try. We go IFBB trading cards. Let's see if they find some. Nothing. Some ladies do have some trading cards, but I can't find anything. Jeff, I'm gonna check one more time. Yeah, nothing yet. It's already about 12 minutes after. So, with this being the first show for the Weird Body Mystery, so wait a minute, says, he says this, Mr. Olympia trading cards. Okay, let me see. Mr. Olympia trading cards. Let's see. Wait a minute, I figured this. Thank you, kid. I think I found something. So here we are. Not showing much. I think I'm on the IG. Let me pull it up for you. Thank you, Ken. Ken, stick it in here, man. You stick it in here. Here it is. This is from the IG here. You have, Derek Lunford here. That's the current Mr. Olympia right now.
Now, let's see what we got here. If I can open it, if I can figure out how to open it. What I saw, these are really, really nice.
Get all that muscle. Can't open the back. All those muscles are useless.
All right, here we go. Check it out. Ready? Oh boy! Look at that. Look how nice these are. All right, I'm gonna open up this one, sure. Who we got here? Erica Morgan.
It's a scorecard. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
sick. That's one of the.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a secret card.
Man, I love this. Let me open up another one. You get me all excited here, man. I feel like a kid opened up like a Pokemon card or like a Michael Jordan card or, Wayne Gretzky might be here. You never know. Oh, this is cool, man. Ryan Terry. Got a Ryan Terry card. All right, hold on. This is ridiculous. What is license? I'm going to open them all up until I find my own. Madashkinani. I can't even hit before. Oh, we got a jam. Different worry. Angela. Those are some good ones. All right. I want to open all of them now. All right, guys. So if you don't want to purchase these, then don't buy them. I'm going to tell you why. The first time you open it, you're done for. You're sold. You're addicted. Brian Bozano. Whoa, look who we got. Look at that. Right there. Hi, I'm still let me see there. Hi, I'm getting let me see. There's all the cards right here. I don't know who that is, so. Jennifer Gorey. Oh, wow, that's nice. And we got the signature card signed by none other than herself. Jen Gorey, the champ. Bikini champ. That's it. Awesome, brother. Thank you. Ready to keep these? Yeah. Get your trading cards now. Yeah, we go. Thank you so much, man. That was awesome. We'll drop off some captures as well. I got your contact. I got your card. Yeah, we can talk. And let's do one. Yeah, sure. Come on. Pleasure.
I got to meet Derek when I was in Tampa. He's a pretty cool dude. I mean, he talked to us a little bit at the Bad Rap booth. I mean, and Eunice, she mentioned in our last live. Here is, my girl.
Yeah. I love the box. This is amazing. See what you get. Look at that. Really nice. Very beautiful. For the 60th. My girl Michaela. Whoa. Excellent. Wow. That's very nice.
Oh, Breon.
There's Breon. Yes, Mr. Two-Time. Julie, yes.
Okay.
Love the wheelchair division.
Yes.
They are hard-working athletes.
Oh wow. See, what was in your
All
card?
right.
Oh,
I wonder. I wonder.
Oh,
There she is. What are the chances?
Andrea pulled an Andrea.
Oh, and a C-bomb.
What? All right, you got the lucky box.
You got the
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Oh, we got an autograph.
And you got Jason Wynn. Perfect.
That was so sweet of them. You know, that's a beautiful box, a beautiful lady. You know, she deserves all she puts into in her time and work and investment into sport of bodybuilding. Also, we have you got Jake here. Yo, Jake! He's pouring the gold on the trophy. That's Dan Solomon, his president. And there is Jim Mannion. I think that's Tariq. So that's it. You know, there's nobody else. What Tariq is in the because I think Tariq's the head of the Olympia. Also, he's this one. That's Lavinia as She-Hulk. Oh, Lavinia. I mean, she's a beautiful girl. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I saw her when I was in Tampa. I think she's beautiful. When you see these girls up close and personal, you know, here is also Shelly. You know, Michelle, or we call her Shelly. You know, she's also a beautiful lady. We got a comment here from my man. Shout out to my man. He says, still waiting for 2025 edition of these. And also he says, the big green face, he's laughing. I'm getting some messages from some people because I'm on IG. Let me see. What's going on? Ouch. See, also, is this basically I just started falling. Maybe I reach out for an interview. Yeah. But let's see. Nothing yet. So, guys, we're 10 minutes till 9:30. And that's gonna be at least 2 hours. And we're clocking and see, and we still have nothing yet. I don't want to hold your guys too much up. We're gonna look through these cards. There's some beautiful ladies here, some beautiful competitors. We have here is, the legendary Miss Linda Murray. Her birthday was just last month. Can you believe it? This woman is 62 years old. You wouldn't think it. I know back in the day, I wasn't a big Linda Murray fan. I wasn't, but I really have, really respect what she's doing. Amazing person. You get Derek as a Viking. It's a short Viking. We have here is Branka Djokovic. And I think, Branka, I heard that she might be coming back. She was 5th place in 2022. She should have been 3rd. She should have been 3rd. Honestly, she should have been 3rd. I felt like they kind of gave Hella, because that was the year Hella had her surgery. They placed Hella too high. Branka, her physique is crazy. Her conditioning, especially for her height, she's a short lady. And she just great look to her, muscles crazy. This is from when she did Portugal back in 2022. She's from Croatia. Shout out to Nados, who's also from Croatia. He came through and really appreciate it. Beautiful physique, great line. She started out in women's bodybuilding, went to women's physique. She's been to Olympia before. This is when you only have 4 competitors. They do that little spinning. Ladies, if you have the funds, go to Portugal. This is beautiful what they do. They got the little stage and they're spinning. I mean, and the guy's still promoting women's bodybuilding, his show. He could have cut it out like some of the others, but he's still promoting it. And and that's um, killer abs, great physique. I don't know if she posts anything in her stories. Wait a see. We check the stories here. This is looks like some kind of a thing. Let's see. This is most recent. I mean, she looks good, and I think she's 51. You wouldn't think she's 51. She. I mean, just crazy. This is from March. She dropped some size, but she look at this. She's really getting thicker and wider, and especially with Michaela. This is from, I think it's from maybe a couple of years ago, and this is here most recent. And she says, my 1 year transformation, March of 2020, 15, March of 2026. Wow, look at this. I think she is coming back. She has a daughter who got married some time ago. I would love to see her. I was talking for a good bit on social media. Shout out to my man. He says, my fave feel about it of all time. Oh, you love Bronca? He says, can't wait to see Bronca wipe the floor in Toronto and Spain as a Bronca Stana figure red one number one Bronca Stana. Yeah. So Ken, you know what? That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna do Toronto and do Spain. Is that a confirmation? Are you like says Bronco versus Anastasia living over in Spain. Oh yeah. Oh. Ooh. And if she don't get in Spain, she can always go to Portugal. Or like I said again, come to Toronto. Toronto's is, I think Toronto's gonna be stacked this year because you don't have New York anymore. And you have some ladies who want to jump on the show. Because you have Triple O this coming in April. Then you do have the Portugal, but it's gonna be Masters. So and then you're gonna have that in May, you're gonna have nothing going on for women's bodybuilding. May is gonna be that dead month. Said this is from says according to Fear Body Challenge a while back. Okay, yeah, they usually they're the guys on the ball. They're on the ball. So I think I believe it. Well, guys, we got maybe about a few more minutes till it's about 9:30. Oh, I feel like I might have to clock out a bit. I think I hold on for another 10 minutes. Both me and Ken are trying to wait to see the list. Because that's what we're waiting on, the list. But Bronca's amazing lady. Killer muscle, killer definition. I mean, I'm always like to support some of these women in sport of bodybuilding, and she's one of them. We used to talk a good bit on IG, but not as much like I used to. But one person I think a lot of guys would love to see come back. I most definitely love to see her come back if she, she can really, really, bring a level to this sport of women's bodybuilding. We need our superstars to really step up, and that is Alicia Young. Now it's been at least 5 years. It's going to be 6 years that we've seen Alicia Young competed. She did a couple of shows back in 2020. Then she kind of bowed out. She was on points. She was on points for Olympia. Alicia just crazy body, mass, sex appeal. I mean, if she brings conditioning, I think she must do well. I think this is the most recent one, 7 days ago, where she's training. So she's just keeping in shape. That's the thing is, keeping in shape and competing is two different things. You just keep in shape so you can keep yourself in, get away. She's a little doggy, we should do a show. It's all depending, she could do if she gets enough time, she could do Tampa. There's also Atlanta. You know, I don't think she'd be ready for Toronto. I don't know, but that's a possibility. But you know, I think a lot of guys, you know, like Alicia. She had a sex appeal, you know, mass. I mean, that's we need her to step up. We need some of our superstars to step up. You know, some of y'all have disappeared and run off or whatever stuff you're going through, whatever reasons you got to take care of. We need you to step up. We need you and okay. Oh yeah. Those are very distracting. I mean, you know, yeah, she's the type of woman. She's short too, I heard. And you know, you look at her in the face, and then you're also looking down at the Grand Tetons. I mean, you know, again, as a guy, as a bodybuilding fan, I'm not a big fan of women with overly large breast implants. But with her, she in a way she carries it off, you know, and you get off. Stars can't shine without darkness. You know, those suckers are spilling out. You know, big arms, big guns, big boobs. You know, again, she's an attractive young lady. I mean, you know, I think she's touching her 40s now. Um, you know, most definitely, I think a lot of people would love to see her come back and get on the stage, compete one more time. You know, depending on what show. Look like from here. This is from February, and you know she still's got the size. Hope she brings some conditioning. That's what we want to see. You know, it's up to her. Ken, brother, are you still with me? You know, I'm. It's already about 9:30. I'll push maybe 10 more minutes, and then I'm shutting it down because I really want to see the list, and that's why I wanted to post. Shout out to my man Jeremy over the Art of Female Muscle. Jeremy, he's a great guy. You know, he started following my content, started following his. I'd like to see him some more interviews. You know, he's done a few here and there, but you know, we do need some guys like us who are fans. Jeremy's very knowledgeable. He understands the sport. He's very, you know, intellectually intelligent on bodybuilding. You know, you can go to his social media site. You know, you know, Jeremy should have more followers than I do. I just finally hit 2,000 about a couple of weeks ago. You know, and he's climbing up there. He might need to post more a little bit, and that's what I do. I tagged him on some stuff like this one here, this video. I tagged him on because you know he can post it on his social media. You know, they're up, yo. Now, okay. So shout out to my man Kid. He been sticking it with here. We've been okay. It took y'all almost a whole. So the list is up. The list is up, and we're gonna look at who we officially got. Ooh, and there's some names that I wasn't certain. Oh, 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 oh. Couple of names that I didn't think. I was surprised. So we have the list. And I'm pulling up the list now, fellas. I'm about to pull it up. And he says, now, and says we have here 11 double digits. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, darling, we gotta get applause here. Double digits. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. Yes, we hit double digits for this show. We have 11 lovely, plump, muscular women. Oh, God, this is so beautiful. So we're going to pull up the list here. And we have here, the list is official. We have is Lisa Apodaca. I think she just turned pro some time ago. Mela Ash is confirmed, as I said again. Lena Becca. Barbara Mojan. We have Michelle Dornan, as you know, she goes by the name Mad Mighty She-Hulk. Christine Dresco. Salika Givens. Patty is on the list. Patty Hansen. Jillian Kovac. Jillian Kovac was last year. Jillian competed in figure, and she could have done women's physique. She was too massive for figure. Sheena Oleg, Keisha Oliver. Oh, I met and talked to Keisha when she was Tampa. She won the women's bodybuilding 40 plus, which qualified for the Master O that year. But then, that's great. Thank you, Keisha. Also, the lovely Mrs. Andrea Wellington, and also Lizzie Worsing. What happened to Andrea Sauer? She must have changed her mind. Yeah, I thought she was going to be on here. Well, it would have been 12, and she must have changed her mind. And doing masters. Oh, Andrew's not going to do. So masters is Mela Ash, Leela Patek, Barbara Mugin, Michelle Dornan, Christine Driscoll, Salika Given, Jillian, Keisha, and Andrew's doing masters. She could have done open. That's actually 12 women, technically 12. I was doing open anyway. You don't have to pay to do. She's doing math. You don't have to pay to do open. You have to pay to do masters. You can do both. But we have technically 12 women. Actually, 12 women. Brother, you got to count the master competitors. We have 12. That's unbelievable. 12. Yeah. Sowers is masters. I wish she did open too. She could do open. Says the one was about Patty. So never mind. I was wrong about Patty. Yeah. But Patty's doing the show. But we have technically 12 women. If I was Andrew Sauer, I would have went ahead and done the open. You could have done open. It's the same, pretty much the same amount of women are doing masters and open. You could have done open. Coming in here, who's going to look like? It's going to be probably a battle between, most definitely, I would say a three-way battle between Barbara, Lena, and Salika for the Masters Olympia for 2027. For the title, I would say Lisa and so Lisa's not doing Lisa's not doing open because she's not old enough to do masters. She's only doing open. So so it's 11 in open, 11 in masters. So altogether 12 women. The list for figures here. Well, let's see. We have Shanice Ewing. Shout out to Miss Ewing. She's been a guest on my channel. Kayla Forser, Ashley Howes, Lisa Hutchinson. I interviewed Lisa. Andrea Matthews, interviewed Andrea. This lady here, her name is Yadiska. She's from Netherlands. Mindy Morgan, Adelia, I can't spell her name right. Krista Phillips, Lakeisha Rulick, Stephanie Santa Maria, Natalia Sotaro. Ooh, that's a top level Olympia. She was top 5 the last couple of years in figure at the Olympia. Jordan Wisnitz and Jennifer Zelas. And then you only have Shanice, Lisa, Andrea. This lady here. These are, you only have like about 7 ladies doing 40 plus. So but you still have, this is hey. So we have a stacked lineup here, fellas. I mean, it's a stacked lineup. If you remember, if you do remember Jillian from back in the day, Jillian Kovacs. Jillian actually last year did figure, and I felt like she was too massive for figure. You know, she had a lot of size. I mean, you know, she was a bodybuilder back in the day. She did bodybuilding. She, you know, that was her. I think it's still this is Kovac. Let me see if I can find. There it is. You know, she goes by Jillian Black. You know, and Jillian, she, you know, took a step back for a few years. Not too much activity of late, and you know, she looks, you know, still impressive. She did take a stint. You know, she was like in the good part of the late '90s, early 2000s women's bodybuilding. You know, she looked like she could be physique compared to today. You know, she's originally from Canada, and now she's making a return. I always thought she had a beautiful physique, great look to her. You know, she did compete in figure. She made a return in figure at the Arizona Pro, and you know, with much mass she has, it's good that she's going back to women's bodybuilding. She could have done physique, but I think she felt like she's too massive for women's physique, and that's why she's going back to women's bodybuilding. You know, I think she might be a little thicker in the waist, a little bit more massive. But this is what I didn't see. You know, because she don't post too much on social media. You know, you can check and see. Yeah, she's not very social media active. Like this is the picture. You know, you click here. You know, usually share pictures. So she hasn't been too social media active. So let's follow her and check her out. You know, then Keisha Oliver. I got to meet Miss Oliver. She was one of she was the year when she competed at Tampa. Talked to her a little bit. Let's hope maybe get her for an interview. You know, but you know, she's a very private lady. She has some pretty eyes, I would say. You know, here she is.
Back in the room, but I don't ever really do live, but I figured I'd try to do this before I try to get some sleep. But I won. I'm beyond just excited. So I am on to the Masters Olympia if I so choose to do so. It's been one hell of a ride, and I'm so grateful for it. Long show though, and so I am getting ready to sleep and then do it all over again tomorrow and open. So fingers crossed I can hopefully replicate today and open, but I'm just grateful to be able to compete. And I've met some really just amazing ladies today. And I think we showed up and showed out for the Masters for women's bodybuilding. So thank you to my coach, Maria Lois Lane, Rachel McDaniels. I have no words. So can't wait to see her tomorrow. Thank you for, I hope you guys watch tomorrow. Cheer us on. But I'm excited to see what, frankly, what I look like tomorrow. I've never done a show that's back to back like this. So, and having to hold. So we'll see. Trust the process though, right? So, all right. Good night.
Good night. And this was from after she won at the Masters at Tampa. I was there. She competed also at Vancouver, and she took a break from that. I was hoping she would do something I thought she might do. Most definitely, you know, Atlanta. And you know, she didn't do the Masters O because that was an expensive trip. That's a long way, an expensive trip, and not enough time. I wish they should have just took that qualification for the Tampa at Masters O and pushed it for 2027 for 2025, because you were just barely 2 weeks away from Tampa, and it wouldn't make no sense to try to get ready for that show and then you just do that show and then travel. You need more time. But she's a lovely lady. Been competing for quite some time. And she mentioned her coach is the real Lois Lane, Rachel Daniels. I got to see Rachel. I even talked to her a little bit. Actually, just say hello to her because I was wearing my Superman black shirt, and she was and I said, "Hey, real Lois Lane, I'm Superman." So you know, we just try to touch fingers. but here she is with her coach. We're hoping we might see Rachel compete too. But hey, Ken, you're right about Patty. We were talking about Patty. We were talking about a lot about Patty. We felt like she was going to do this show. He says this is from a man. Says this is a good list in a good time. Yes, yes. Honestly, he says it was all worth the wait, George. I thank you, man. Oh, also I want to give a shout out to a couple ladies I interviewed that do the show. Lisa Hutchins. I want to give Lisa a shout out. Lisa is a flight attendant. And just like Anita Bean, she's a flight attendant. She competed at the Emerald Cup, so she must be getting ready for this show. She also served in the Navy. I want to give a shout out to Lisa Hutchins. It's a great opportunity to interview her and to she's doing figure. I didn't realize she was over 40. She was 40. I didn't realize that. She must just turn 40. I mean, she looks a lot younger. She's playing with her dog, and didn't try to find a time as a stewardess, and compete as a bodybuilder. I don't know. I feel like she can probably do figure physique if she wants. She actually put on some size since the last time we saw her. But here she's with a little doggy. She must but still finding time to compete and get ready for this show, Triple O. She lives out west. I think because I think we had to set our, to a time with hers, but it was number dogs. But Lisa, I want to give you a shout out. She looks really good. We hadn't really talked too much of late. Not since we did an interview, but I will make sure I tag her when I make my little video. And in the morning, I already got most of the names I need for the women's bodybuilding, and now I can finally put together names for women's physique. For figure. But she looks impressive. So look like she's really put. Honestly, I think she can do WPD. I think she she can put on a little more muscle. She can probably do WPD. But again, once you drop a lot of extra weight, it's a different look. But she is, as my other guy says, she is beautiful. Ha 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 but I want to give her a shout out here. I hope she does well. She just posts too much on social media, but she does have a great look to her. A stunning woman. You can't deny that. Shanice Ewing. Shout out to her. I think she, was mentioned she was going to. I think she might mention on social media she was going to do a show. Coach Shanice, I think it goes like says Coach. I think it's Coach Shanice. Yeah. Well, I go with Dr. Adrian Matthews. See, she should be here. See. Yes, it's Dr. Adrian Matthews, a lovely chocolate sister. She's a pharmaceuticist. She's a pharmacist. He works at pharmacy. She needs to be more social media active. I know she's busy training, but it's good to be social media active. She was busy. I think she did at least 3 full shows last year, and also I think she was qualified for Masters O too. Beautiful chocolate sister. That's her coach. Look like he could be her man. I enjoy interviewing her. Shout out to her. I wonder if she's gonna do any more shows after this if she doesn't get Olympic qualification, but she might most definitely, depending on the conditioning comes in, she might get master Olympic qualification. I'm surprised we're not, but one thing I think the big surpriser is Natalia Sotalo, and she's doing both. You think she's a multiple time Olympian. You think she'll probably rather do a show later on in the year and get a qualification. I think she's coming in as a possible winner. Like I said later, I'm gonna call my friend Eunice and let her know. Eunice should be up. If not, I'll let her know. But you know, but yo, man, I really like to thank my man Ken for coming through and helping me out, sticking here. It's already about 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Shout out to my KL the Wanderer. Shout out to also my little brothers, Alex and Jeff. It was like I said, it was fun. I mean, it's already over 2 hours. Ooh. So we have the confirmed list. So to repeat, confirmed is Lisa Abadaka, Mila Ash, Nina Becker, Paula Mojin, Michelle Dornan, Christine Dresco, Salika Given, Patty Hansen, Jillian Kovac, Sheena Olick, Keisha Oliver, Andrea Wellerton, Lisa Worsing, and also Andrea Sauer. She should be doing. She should do open. You don't have to pay to do masters. You can do open. But I think she feel like she has and also for figure Shanice, Kayla, Ashley, Lisa, Andrea, Adrian, Young Lady, Mandy, Della, Krista, Lakeisha, Stephanie, Natalia, Jordan, and Jennifer. So we have at least counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 ladies in figure. I'm surprised you don't have a little more. So my guess, I think Jessica Reyes is going to probably do Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico they're doing masters and open for figure. So yeah, that makes sense. Or another show. She has quite some opportunities. But again, it was worth it, Ken, sitting here chewing the fat. I am going to wrap it up. Folks, go check out Triple O Dynasty. If you want to do this, let me do this real quick for you guys who, if you want to go here, go to the triplodynasty.com. You can click on the link to I think for live stream, and you want to check it out. Now for finals, I think it's like doing. I think it's check it out. Now they do the finals and the prejudging for the amateurs. That's $20. That's reasonable. But if you want to watch and support the Triple O Dynasty, and and just so support, just again, these ladies can use it. They can use the support and recognition. So what I'm gonna do here is that's the link. That's the link to the Triple O Dynasty. I'm going to leave the link in the comments in the description of the live stream. The codes are for, if you just go watch figure, pro figure. You just want to watch women's bodybuilding, pro WB, and you want to watch all of it, pro show. So you can go to their you can go click on, you can go to you can go to here goes, You can go to, okay, that's my ticker. Wait. You can go to the Triple O Dynasty's IG. Also, they have a Triple Dynasty .com. You can go to that, and you can click the live stream link. You go to IG, you can go to .com, whichever is more convenient for you. And remember, using the codes Pro Show for the whole show, Pro Figure for just figure, and Pro WB for women's bodybuilding. So do that, hey guys. These ladies can use the support. They can use the help. Shout out. Who's this? This is Chad Syndrome Ripped Richard Rare. He says, "Sup, yeah." He says, "I'm huge. Who cares?" So shout out to our man Ken. Says, "Good stream, George. Have a good night." Thank you, brother. You have a better one. Let's see you in the morning, God willing. That's all I can say. Anyway, folks, shout out to the ladies competing this weekend. Shout out to Andrea, Sid Gillen. Shout out to my dear friends, both Eunice Martinez Kitchens, Jolene Floops of Bad Rap. They are promoters of the show. Shout out to man David. He's a promoter of the show. Shout out to myself. I'm promoting one of the jackets for the winner. I appreciate doing that. I help sponsor one of the jackets. Maybe I might sponsor 2 jackets next time. I gotta say, I gotta hug my dollars because it's time's tight. I got a couple of days to pay my rent because it's about time for rent time, plus my other bills. My check don't drop till the end of the week. But thank you everybody who was here who watched this live stream and supported my content. I appreciate it. I know it was a long way getting around to this, but we finally got it. Sometimes patience pays off. It's patience a virtue. I try to tell you that, my man KL, it's patience a virtue. So anyway, folks, I'm gonna go ahead. It's always about my bedtime. I'm an old man. I can't stay up all night like I was when I was younger. But I do appreciate y'all for coming through. Listen, this is man always yours page, aka the Emperor. If you're about to talk, like, subscribe.